Students, let's talk about special accommodations. For this course, we offer no incompletes, no administrative withdrawals. I've talked about this in a previous video. In my 12 years of teaching college, I have never had a student complete an incomplete, and the rules of the college are very, very specific. For you to even request an incomplete, you must have completed 60% or more of the class and be passing in the class at the time of the request. And even then, it's up to the professor if they allow or disallow incomplete requests. I do not offer administrative withdrawals. Similar reasoning. I, as a professor, do not like to make the decision for adults. If you have enrolled in the class, you've completed your first assignment, you will remain in the class until the very end and you will be given the grade that you have earned. I am not going to step on your toes and tell you that I'm dropping you as an administrator from the class for doing something or other, because I don't know if there's a reason you've decided to stay in the class or not. So I do not provide administrative withdrawals. I do not provide incompletes. There is a caveat to that, and that's if there's a Title IX request or if there is a ADA compliance issue request. If request for an incomplete or administrative withdrawal can come from either one of those offices, and I will provide it based on the appropriateness of the law, but those have to come from those offices. Now, there are some legally required exemptions to every rule. There always are. The first, if you are jury duty and you tell us beforehand, I will accommodate your jury duties and your due dates to be post your jury duty with the appropriate amount of time. That has to come in writing before your service begins. We've all served on jury duty. We know you get a summons many weeks beforehand, and so just provide that to me. Say, hey, I'm being served on jury duty this week. I will need to have my dates extended. Military service. I'm a veteran myself. If you get activated during the time frame of this military, all you need to do is provide me with your activation documents and I will give you the incomplete or administrative withdrawal, whatever you like. But I understand you have activation orders. I've had activation orders because I've been activated. Provide that contact your unit so I can verify it, and then we're good to go, and I'll give it to you. Pregnancy, you need to go to the DRC. If you are pregnant for any accommodations, you need to contact them first, and we'll modify going forward after that. Disability, you need to go to the DRC. They will send me a Disability Resource Center list of your accommodations. We will base it based on that list and from the assignment of the accommodations going forward. If you wait to 8 weeks into the course, your accommodation will only affect from 8 weeks going forward. It will not retrograde into your previous assignments. So pregnancy disabilities are from the point of request going forward, not retroactive. Incomplete request, 60% of the class passing with a passing grade, 60% of the class complete. Cannot be made after the final grade, and that doesn't matter if you're disability, pregnancy, military, or whatever else. Once the final grades have been posted, if the request is not made, I will not change the final grade. After the final grades are posted, no accommodations or special circumstances will be approved for any reason. Any request will have to go through the formal grade appeal process. Extensions, late work, and bonus points. I don't give extensions, I don't give late work, and I don't do bonus points. There might be some bonus point opportunities offered in the class, but they're not just freely given. They are work that you must accomplish. So make sure you do your time management, adhere to the deadlines, because they are going to be critical to your success. Legal disclaimer, providing unfair, undocumented accommodations violates both the state and federal laws. So my responsibility as professor is to uphold these laws and ensure a fair and unbiased learning environment. So I must make sure that the learning environment is equal to everybody inside my classroom. So I do not make modifications to any single student unless required by law, which is the Title IX or ADA office or DRC, whatever you want to call it. For everybody else, you will be held to a singular standard. So if I make a modification for one student, I have to make a modification for all of them, unless there is a legal precedence to do it. The laws assigning to these that you guys probably should be familiar with are the Americans with Disability Act, the ADA, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, and Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972. These laws mandate equal access to education and prohibit discrimination. As a result, accommodations will only be provided on a documented need or in compliance with legal requirements. I will not engage in actions that could be perceived as providing unfair advantage or biased treatment. So I'm not going to give you a little bit extra at the expense of somebody else, because that is violating the law. So I am committed to equity, providing a fair and supportive environment and equitable assessment to all students. And one caveat, if you say anything, put it in writing anywhere that you have contacted an attorney and you have chosen to go through legal routes. That doesn't matter if it's a threat, a veiled threat, or whatever. At that point, all communication will cease, and I will not communicate to you except through my attorney to your attorney. And that includes through TCC channels. Once an attorney has been threatened, we are done, and my private attorney will be the one that will deal with it from that moment forward. So make sure you watch your words. Be careful of that professional engagement. I'm here to help you, and I want to see you succeed. So whatever issue you have, come to me and address, and we'll deal with it as a case by case. Understand that no extensions, no late works, no bonus points, unless they're given to everybody. And after final grades are posted, nothing is accepted unless you go through the formal grade appeal process. And if you need accommodations, you have to go through the formal process to get those. Guys, that gives us an equitable environment and make sure everyone is legally following the rules. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a very fruitful day.